finish it. It's the 82nd Yankee win, which ensures, foregone conclusion, but ensures their 27th consecutive winning season.
And that little tidbit, courtesy of the great Bob Costas, as well as Chapman notched the save last night, and the Yankees recovered fully from a drubbing from the night before when they lost 19-3. Good morning, folks. As always, it's your host, Tim Sullivan, with another episode of the Quadruple Play podcast. It is Saturday morning, almost Saturday afternoon, on this day of August 17th. And as aforementioned, the Yankees bounced back in a very nice, gutsy way last night. Chapman notched the save. Brett Gardner pretty much saved the game with not only one, but two tremendous catches. The first one that preceded the one in the top of the eighth, occurring a few innings earlier. Aaron Judge had himself a great night and probably the most complete baseball game he's played in quite a few weeks, to say the least. And as Costas also mentioned, the New York Yankees got their 27th consecutive winning season, which is the second longest streak in history. And you guessed it, the longest streak in Major League Baseball history is also held by none other than the Yankees themselves. As from 1926 through 1964, the Yankees had a winning season in each and every year, a period of almost 40 years. And it's just a testament to the legacy of this franchise. But there were quite a few tidbits from last night. As we all know, Aaron Judge, we all know the kind of slump he's been in. He's been susceptible to those for the duration of his very short career thus far. And Judge was in a slump in which he was 12 for his last 81 with a homer and 4 ribbies. But that all changed last night. He had a single, a walk, and contributed pretty nicely defensively as well. And the Yankees are now 82-42 on the season. They're back to 40 games over 500, and they still have a leg up on the Astros. They are 3.5 games ahead of the Astros for the best record in the American League, and they're also tied with the LA Dodgers for the best record in all of baseball. And of course, today, James Paxton will be on the mound. Now, Paxton's past 3 starts have been pretty good. He's 3-0. He has an ERA of just 2.89, and hitters have just a 6.10 OPS against him. And over these past 3 starts, I think we're finally beginning to see the James Paxton that the Yankees traded Justice Sheffield for during the offseason. And so far, it's been a great August for James Paxton, and we certainly hope he can continue that streak today. And tomorrow night, CC Sabathia returns. He has been on the IL since July 28th, so he's missed a couple of weeks, and hopefully his return against the team that drafted him, no less, will be as triumphant. And then after that, the Yankees have what could be their toughest test of the season. They go out and play the A's first in a West Coast trip that begins on Tuesday the 20th. And then, in what many fans and pundits believe to be a potential World Series preview, they play the LA Dodgers from Friday the 23rd through Sunday the 25th in a 3-game set. Then they play the hapless Mariners from the 26th through the 28th, and then they're back to Yankee Stadium on the 30th and 31st to close out the month. And it has been a sensational August for the Yankees, to say the least, so far. In the month of August this year, the Yankees boast a record of 14-3, and they are well on pace to finish with far and away the best month they've had all season. Not that they've really had a bad month, maybe outside of July. And thus far in the second half, the Yankees are 25-11, meaning they've won nearly 70% of the games they've played since the All-Star break. And what's an even better news for the Yankees is we have some injury updates here as well. But first and foremost, I'd like to welcome back Michael Kay to the Yankees broadcast booth. He has been out for a little over a month. He had a procedure done on his vocal cords when he was fighting an illness. And in his place, Ryan Ruocco had taken over the bulk of his play-by-play duties, and Brian Rucco had done a tremendous job, and I think he's someone who will be widely considered to be Michael Kay's successor after this time. And we hope the best for Michael Kay, and he could be a little rusty in his return tomorrow, but it is quite a coincidence that the longtime Yankees play-by-play caller also returns on the same day CeCe returns in what will be his final game against the team that drafted him. But we have some other injury updates here, courtesy of Brian Hoch, lead writer for the New York Yankees of MLB.com. Follow him on Twitter, at Brian Hoch, Hoch. It sounds like Coke. Not spelled like it, but it certainly sounds like it. But with the Yankees injury updates, we have Aaron Hicks. He's expected to return possibly by next month. He's been on the IL since August 4th with a flexor strain in his right elbow. He will not be cleared to be throwing for at least 2 more weeks, and Aaron Boone has said that the club wants to be conservative and cautious with how they bring him back from injury. And Jonathan Holder, who has been on the IL for a few days now, rather, he still has right shoulder inflammation, and Boone has said that the injury did not recur in one game, but rather it was cumulative throughout the season, so his return will not be rushed as well. And Sabathia, who, as aforementioned, will be back on Sunday. He received injections of platelet-rich plasma and a lubricating agent following his July 29th start. He had a precautionary MRI done on his left shoulder. No significant concerns there. And perhaps in the most reassuring news for the Yankees, ace Luis Severino still has yet to pitch his first innings of the season, but he had a 29-pitch bullpen session back on August 12th, and he will be facing hitters tomorrow during the Yankee game. And then he will throw one more sim game, and then, if that goes well, he could join the Yankees Single-A affiliate, the Tampa Tarpons. And then Luke Voit, in what is perhaps the most positive injury news for him, he took ground balls and ran bases on August 16th, aka yesterday, and he has been very optimistic about his chances of avoiding or delaying surgery to address a sports hernia, and he's expected to join the Yankees AAA affiliate, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, when the Yankees leave for a road trip that begins on August 20th, their West Coast trip. And, folks, we also have the lineup for the Yankees here today. And on the mound for the Yankees today, as aforementioned, is James Paxton. He will be facing off against Zach Plesac of the Cleveland Indians. And the lineup here for the Yankees is as follows. Brett Gardner leading off. He'll be playing center field. DJ LeMahieu playing first. He'll be batting second. Gio Urshela playing his usual position of third, and he'll be batting third. Didi Gregorius will be DHing today. He'll be batting cleanup. Gleyber Torres playing shortstop. He'll be batting fifth. Cameron Maybin batting sixth. He'll be playing right field. Mike Tauchman playing left field. He'll be batting seventh. Austin Romine filling in for Gary Sanchez today. He'll be doing the catching duties, and he'll be James Paxton's battery mate for the day. And Tyrell Estrada will be batting ninth, and he'll be playing second today, leaving Sanchez, Aaron Judge, and Mike Ford available on the bench today. And folks, that's all we have time for this morning on this episode of the Quadruple Play Podcast. We've given you all the Yankees news updates that we have access to, and we'll be following up with some NFL news on the following podcast. And as always, thank you guys for listening. Go Yankees.